Hello, YWCA Greenwich people. This is Mr. Arthur of the After School Program. Here's doing the continuing portion of our teaching basic chess. Now today we're going to introduce the king. In our previous videos we've shown the pawn for our pawn game. We've introduced the bishop, and then we also introduced the rook. Now we're going to start strategizing and actually playing chess the way it's intended, where we're trying to put the king in check and hopefully capturing the king in checkmate. What the check is, actually, here is the king. This is what we're all playing for, to put the king in check. What a check move is, on our next position, our next move, the king will be captured if they do not either move the king, block the king where it cannot be captured, or capture the piece that put it in check. To explain this, I have my son. We're going to put the king in check by the rook. Go ahead. This rook is going to move all the way down there.
Check.
Now, which means check. Right now, this rook can capture this king here. Because remember, the rook can move as many spaces as it can, as long as the piece is in the way. So if I do not move my king on the next move, I will lose. Now, the reason you heard my son say check, this lets the opponent know that the king can't be captured. When you're playing, you must announce check, and you must recognize check. A lot of times by our kids at the school program, they'll do this, they won't say anything in the hopes that the next move, the person won't do it and they can capture the king and win the game. That's not how chess is honored. So you have to put the king in check, and then you must announce it. Now we're going to put the king in check with one of our bishops.
Check.
Now again, check. Remember, the bishop moves diagonally. There's a bishop on the white squares and the bishop on the black squares. So right now, this bishop can capture my king on the next move. So I would probably move my king right here, or move my king up so I'm not in check anymore. Okay. Now, before we set the rest of our pieces and begin our play, the king. The king can only move one space at a time in any direction. So I put the king right here. In one of his moves, he can go here, it can go here, it can go here, 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 or here. One space at a time in any direction. And as you can see, I was moving my king forward, diagonally, and backwards, or side to side. Now, the king cannot move into a check position. That is not allowed. So if I have my king here, on one of my moves, I cannot move my king here because it is checked by the rook. So that's another time when you're playing your opponent. If I move here, the opponent must go, no, you can't do that because that's going to put you in check. All right? So then you move it back here. Also, the king cannot jump over any pieces. The king, again, can move one space at a time, as long as there's not its own piece occupying it. If there's another piece, your opponent's piece there, you can capture it, but you cannot jump over the opponent's piece. All right, we're going to do a simple game now where the object is, like we've done before, of trying to either get one of our pawns across to the side or capturing all our pawns. This time, we're going to try to play this so you could put the king, the other king, in check first. We'll now set up our board. All right, get your pieces. Remember, the rooks go on the end, and the pawns go across the second row all the way. Our pawns across the second row all there diagonally. We have our rooks on the end and our bishops, remember, on the third square from the right or left. One rook bishop is on white, one bishop is on black. Now, if you notice that our king is set up on the fourth square from the left, both opposite each other here. Now, they have to be in this position. When we talk about setting up the rest of the boards, the queen always goes on the center square, first row, on their color. So if you notice that I have my black king, it's on a white square, and Grayson has his white king on a black square. Okay? White will move first. Begin. and check. Just want to stop a second. We have it in check right now because my bishop can capture his king on the next move. Now, obviously, we did this real quick. Sometimes I would have gone all the way across and captured the bishop, but I just want to show, like I said, one of our goals right now, who can get the king in check first. So Grace on his next move can do one of three things. Remember I said the king must either move. Grace just showed that the king can move there, or go back, the king can move there, put it there. Or the piece that puts in check can be captured, which he would do with the bishop. All right, put it back. Or you can block it from being checked, which means he could probably move his pawn right there. One of those three things can be done. But remember, once it's announced check, you must get your king out of check. Again, you can either move the king, capture the piece that's put you in check, or block the piece that's put you in check. Now, as we've introduced these pieces here, we'll do one by one as we get the full set of all the chess pieces, but it's good for those who are beginning to go step by step to understand these moves. Now, we've done today where the first person put the king in check, which is myself. I have won this match here, but I haven't won the game. Let's do this. And you do future games, who can capture the most pieces, who can capture, put the king into checkmate. Those are things you're playing along. That's what I do with our after-school kids. That's generally why it takes us about 8 weeks for the kids to really understand the chess game and how to play and how to strategize. Good luck, everyone. And again, during these times that we're all at home, practicing social distancing, being with our families, washing our hands and everything, it's a good time to start educating our minds as well. So good luck, enjoy, play chess, and stay healthy.